All right, a new war has officially kicked off. We're in the windswept Shetland Islands, where a brand new season of this online strategy game is underway. But, this is no ordinary season. Hidden among all the new faces, you've got secret veterans. These are experienced players looking to absolutely dominate from the inside. So let's break down how these first few moves are already shaping the entire game.
Wow, that quote from Gabrielle, that pretty much sets the tone for everything, doesn't it? This isn't about making friends, it's about winning. The season's called Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And from what we're about to see, yeah, it's already living up to that name.
So it all starts with a classic, pretty brutal formula, one that's basically designed for maximum chaos.
Okay, so you've got 21 players and they're split into 3 tribes. But here's the kicker that most of them don't know. Each tribe has been secretly seeded with 2 veteran players. This creates this instant, invisible power imbalance, because the vets already know the playbook before the game has even really started. Let's break it down real quick. First, you've got Tribe Skull, with veterans Asaf and Eli just hiding in plain sight. Then in Tribe Slantia, you've got Haya and Moria. And in Tribe Voshal, there's our ruthless quote-giver Gabby, and she's joined by another vet, Ella. The new players, they're completely in the dark. The game is on. And it doesn't take long. I mean, within hours, the social game just explodes. Secret alliances, backroom deals, whispers, you know the drill. It all starts to define the landscape of each tribe. But one tribe, in particular, is running a masterclass in deception right from the get-go. In Voshal, it seems like all roads lead to 2 players, the veteran, Gabri, and a really sharp newcomer, Noam. They've already formed a secret partnership and are building this incredibly complex web of alliances with themselves right at the absolute center. So first up, they form a core 4-person alliance called Allergic to Money with Lotem and Yehuda. Now on the surface, this just looks like 2 simple pairs coming together to form a majority. But you gotta remember who we're talking about here. With Gabri and Noam, nothing is ever that simple. Because at the exact same time, Gabri and Noam have created a second, totally secret alliance, a trio with Anna called the Ménage à Trois. The genius of this, and, the absolute treachery of it, is that neither of these groups knows the other one exists. With one foot in each camp, Gabri and Noam are playing everyone. And make no mistake, this wasn't an accident, it was a deliberate, calculated strategy. Noam basically says it right here. Keep Anna in the dark about their other commitments, use her as sort of an outside agent, all while they control 2 different voting blocks. It's a super high-risk, high-reward play right out of the gate. Meanwhile, over in Tribe Skull, the veteran Ally is running a very similar playbook. He's a core member of the 4-person Boys Alliance, but surprise, surprise, he's also secretly part of the Girls Alliance with Myrav and Ina. Just like in Voshal, you've got one player straddling 2 different groups, giving him all the information and all the power. So, with all this scheming and whispering going on in the background, it's finally time for the first official challenge. The stakes really couldn't be higher. The winning tribe is safe, but the losing tribe, they have to go to tribal council and vote someone out. And the results? Yeah, they weren't even close. Tribe Skull absolutely dominated, finishing in just under 26 minutes. Voshal came in a distant second. And Tribe Slantia? Oof. They not only finished last, but a 15-minute penalty just completely sealed their fate. They would be the first to face elimination. So all eyes turn to the losing tribe, Slantia. With no clear target, the tribe just becomes this pressure cooker of strategy, lies, and betrayal, and it all culminates in the season's very first blindside. And right at the center of it all is a player named Arek. And honestly, this meme from the game just captures his transformation perfectly. On the right, it says, "Me before the game started," looking all quiet. And then on the left, Arek at the start of the game, where he immediately becomes this strategic powerhouse who pulls together a 5-person majority that's going to control the vote. So how'd they pull off the season's first blindside? Well, the plan was surgical. First, they created a decoy. They made everyone believe the target was Moria. They spent the entire day selling this lie, especially to their real target, Noi, telling her she was totally safe. But when it came time to vote, the 5-person alliance secretly switched, casting all their votes for Noi. And the result was a complete shock, a 5-2 vote that sent Noi home, completely unaware of the betrayal.
And Noi's final words, they say it all. She had a deal with Arek, the very person who orchestrated her elimination. This first vote has sent a crystal clear message to everyone else in this game. Trust absolutely no one.
Okay, so after that chaotic first vote, the dust has finally settled, and the power dynamics across all three tribes are really starting to take shape. Let's take a look at the new landscape of the game. So where does this leave everybody? Well, in Slansha, Arik's Final Five alliance has seized total control. Over in Voss Hall, Gabriel and Noam's web of deception has held strong, making them the secret puppet masters. But in Skull, cracks are starting to form. Players are beginning to compare notes, and they're realizing their tribemate Ili might be playing a very, very dangerous double game. And just as these tribe dynamics are starting to solidify, the game introduces a major twist: the battlefield. You can think of it like a neutral zone where representatives meet up, and yeah, while advantages are on the line, the real prize is information. This is the very first chance for players to form cross-tribal bonds, alliances that could completely shatter the game's current structure. And this leads us to the game's next critical decision. Skull, as the challenge winners, now holds all the power. They get to choose who represents each tribe at this first battlefield. So what's the play here? Do you send your strongest players to try and secure an advantage? Or maybe you send your best diplomats to start forging new bonds? This single choice, it could set the course for the entire war.